What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Philip with Geared Towards Automotive, and today we're driving and taking a closer look at the 2019 Kia Stinger. This is the 3.3 liter twin turbo V6. It's a GT1 and has tons of standard features in the vehicle already. You can get into two-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive. This one's a two-wheel drive, and I have it in sport mode, which is one of like 4 or 5 different drive modes, and instantly you just have tons of power that throws you back in your seat. Has a throaty, nice exhaust note to it. The car is just incredible. So before we get further into the video, let's take a closer look at the Kia Stinger. Forget, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. It really does make a difference in getting my channel out there to more people like yourself who enjoy videos like these. And we do videos every week on how-to videos, vehicle reviews like this, and tech videos as well. And hit that bell so you're notified when I put new videos out. Also, we have new merch, t-shirts, hoodies, so make sure you check out the link below to see those and support me and the channel so I can make more videos like this and more quality videos as well. With the GT1, you're going to get a lot of the standard features. You're just missing a few that you would get on the GT2. With just the highest level above this one, that's the highest you can get. Again, this one's a two-wheel drive, but you have the screen in the center that stands out, and it has that aeronautical look with these vents right here. They're circular, and the designers literally were going for the aeronautical design, and that's why it looks like the cockpit of a fighter jet, as I mentioned as well. So you have all of these electronic components, all these little buttons here like you have in the Sporters that are reviewed, and they seem like toggles. You can just flip them on and off. It's super easy. I have my ventilated seats on because it's hot out today. You also have heated seats, and that's on both sides. So those kick on. You have the parking sensors on the vehicle as well, and then you have all your climate control down here, wireless charging mat, 12-volt power outlet, USB, auxiliary, blah, blah, blah. I can go on for days. It has all the technology possible. Cool feature is this screen stands out, and it is touch, so you don't have to mess with this stupid mouse pad or trackpad like you would have in the comparable higher end cars. It's actually all touch, which I love. That's the best part about that screen that stands out, because if you're gonna have a screen that stands out, make it usable and make it functional so you can use it while you're driving. In front of you, you can see a couple different things, your speed and a couple other things there, and then you have your analog tachometer in miles per hour in front of you too, which is super sporty with the red needles. Right in front of me, I have this digital display, and it's a super sporty looking font in there, so it just kind of makes it even more aggressive and sleek, as I've said. I have it in sport mode. You can take this little selector down here, which I'll show you, and you can just twist it, and it shows up on your main screen right there, and then it shows up on the screen in front of you. So right now there's a custom drive mode, there's a sport mode, comfort, which loosens everything up, and then you have the eco mode, which is pretty standard for most cars to get the best gas mileage. So if you're commuting to work or driving at longer distances and you want to loosen up that feel of the vehicle, you can do that. And then if I flip it over to smart mode, it has that as well. So I mean, again, unless you have these dials and all of these components down here in a BMW, Audi, Porsche for that matter, you can get all of that stuff, but you're gonna pay double the price tag. And that's the biggest difference here, is that you have a great warranty on the vehicle, you have tons of power, and then you can keep up with cars like the people passing me right now who think they're awesome in their Mustangs, because I bet you in this car I could beat that car. Just saying. As I'm driving the vehicle, I feel like I'm in the cockpit of a fighter jet. I know I said that for the Kia Sportage, however, this one really is true, because not only does it look like that on the inside, it feels like it. 3.3 liter twin turbo V6. I mean, that's unheard of in a car like this, especially like in a Kia. In the past, that wasn't even a thought. But now I think it's time to take a step from the past and jump into the future and the present and let go of all the negative thoughts and things about, oh, well, it's a Kia, it's this and that, oh, it's 45, or oh, it's 50 grand. That'd be great if it wasn't a Kia. Guess what, guys? All that crap goes out the window the second you get into this car, because I don't care if it's a Kia, I don't care if it's anything else. This car is fun, it has tons of technology, and with the way Kia is going in the direction they're going, this car is just, again, I look around, and this is actually the first time I've driven one. I've seen them, but it's mind-blowing. That's the only word that I can think of, is just utterly mind-blowing, the amount of power that it has and how I feel in the car. So I'm gonna pop it back into sport mode, and we'll do a little pull for you guys. So I'm gonna get over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and floor it. You can literally see my head like whip back. Like, that's insane. And I don't know if you can hear it in the camera there, but the exhaust note is it's just mean. It's mean, and it sounds like that 5.0 Mustang in front of me, and guess what? I'm keeping up with them too. Oh my gosh, this thing pulls so hard. Speaking of the V6 engine and the power and the pulling of the vehicle, you have 365 horsepower in this GT1 with the twin turbo V6, and it's an 8-speed automatic, so it instantly gets through those lower gears instead of figuring out which gear to jump around into in and out when you're flooring it. And you can actually feel it kind of click once you floor it. You can feel it click, and that's kind of engaging that just ultimate sportiness. It just kind of goes wide open. But you have the paddle shifters as well. So you have the 8-speed automatic with the paddle shifters, and that is just gonna make for the best experience as you're ripping through the gears in this vehicle. Some other cool features to point out that they've done in this vehicle, which they didn't have to because, you know, it's not a manual transmission, but you have this nice little shifter right here which just goes straight back and up in a straight line, and then you have the sport pedals, even though there's no clutch, but you do have the sport pedals, and you have the interior lighting down below too, which is pretty neat. So at night it just kind of adds to that style and that look of this vehicle, which I think the whole statement is to make it stand out, have great lines, look fast while it's sitting still, and then be fast while you're driving it. On a side note, something I just want to point out to you guys is, look at this key. It's just, again, the attention to detail on this vehicle, the design of the vehicle, and everything that goes along with it. It's already leather wrapped, and at first when I got the key, I'm like, where's the thing to flip it, like the old switchblade like they have? No, this one, you just click it to lock it, unlock it. You can pop the trunk right there, and it's leather bound, and it's super skinny, so it fits in your pocket or wherever you're gonna stick it, and it's not in the way. I just love that attention to detail. It's things like that that for me stand out when an automaker makes a vehicle and brings it not only from the car but into the accessories like the keys and the wheels and just little things like that, the fins, the spoilers, the exhaust. So good job, Kia. I like that. Nice. I went to adjust my steering wheel earlier and I was looking for it, and I just looked over and found out that it was power, a 4-way power steering wheel. Like, what? These are the things that you get in the vehicle and you realize it has, and it's just hands down just stomps the competition. It really does. On the outside, you have the ceramic silver, which is like a chalk gray. It's a beautiful color no matter if the sun's up or down. And then you have the piano black accents with the dark chrome features, which I like because if you look at some of the old Audi S models, they have the bright chrome mirrors, and I don't really like that. I think it looks kind of tacky. I like the darker chrome, which goes really well with this specific color. You can get it in a couple different colors. This is the color to get it in. This color, red leather like it has, and if you have the option, get it in all-wheel drive. Two wheels not that bad either, but if you have the option, definitely go with the all-wheel drive because you're gonna have that much more traction and power out of the vehicle without it spinning and just gripping around the track or the corners when you're utilizing this massive, powerful V6 engine. All right, so I got myself into a little bit of a jam here, and I actually have to back out. So let's talk about the backup camera. This thing has the dynamic guidelines. I can see pretty much with this camera almost 180 degrees, and then if I'm going forward, I have the blind spot indicators. But this thing, obviously using my mirrors, looking behind me, the visibility, even though it's more of like a Grand Coupe or a Gran Turismo style vehicle, like a GT vehicle with the fastback, raked back windshield and roof, you normally would have like no visibility, but I can actually see pretty well even with the headrest, utilizing that in the camera, and I've instantly got myself out of that crappy situation I was just in. So backup camera works really well, really good visibility on the vehicle. I can literally hear the bass thumping through my chest. It has the Harman Kardon sound system with several subwoofers, 15 total speakers. I don't have to say anything else, that's it, 15 speakers. Just imagine that. Most people don't have 15 speakers in their living room. Yeah, it's like that. And this car competes with, believe it or not, the BMWs, the Porsches, the Audis, all of those high-end cars. The 0 to 60 times are faster than about 5 of those high-end cars, and the car is quicker with more horsepower and torque than those cars as well. So this car has a price tag of about $45,000. The GT2 is about $50,000, again with the available all-wheel drive. And then the question of if the vehicle is comfortable, because yes, you can have power, you can have sportiness, it can be sleek, it can look good on the inside and out, but at the end of the day, if you're driving it, especially daily driving the vehicle, is it going to be comfortable? And I can say yes, in my opinion. And I actually have like a bad back where I'm not comfortable in a lot of cars, and I've sat in a lot of cars which are super nice, really luxury, and they're not comfortable. Their seats are just hard and just terrible. These seats have really good bolsters. Again, love the red leather. These have good bolsters. They're power on both sides. You have a 4-way lumbar support on this side with multiple different positions for your legs. It goes up under your knees, and it's all power too, of course, so you can adjust it as it's on the fly. And then you have the 1 and 2 memory seat settings, which is awesome. So if your wife or your husband or somebody else is driving the vehicle, they can get in and have their settings as well. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little important piece of information which you should know while you're either loving the vehicle or hating on it, because guess what, it has faster 0 to 60 times than most other cars this would compare to, in a lot higher price ranges. So the 2018 and 19 Kia Stinger, the GT, so GT1, GT2, with this platform and this drivetrain, the engine, just like this is going to have a faster 0 to 60 time than the 2018 BMW 440i Grand Coupe. Okay, it's also going to have a faster 0 to 60 time than the 2018 Porsche Panamera rear-wheel drive V6. Mind-blowing. And then it's going to also beat the BMW 640i Grand Coupe and the Audi A5 Sportback. So I'm sorry, just any of the haters on this vehicle, you can just go ahead and leave your hate comments below, but this is literally faster than 4 of the best luxury vehicles out there. So let's talk about the demographic for this vehicle, because it's really interesting. This car appeals to a wide variety of age groups. You could be a middle-aged person, male or female, and be driving this vehicle, or you can be like an 18 or 21-year-old and driving this vehicle. It really appeals to all different demographics and age groups, which I think Kia nailed it on the head with that one, because if you're gonna make a car like this, I mean, a lot of different people can afford it and drive it and have a different need for it. You know, some people wanna take this car to the track, some people wanna drive this car to work, and some people have a family and they wanna put them in the back with 4 doors. So it really is a GT style car where you can take it to and from work and not feel like it's just a weekend car that you can fit you and one other person in. I think that's great on Kia's part. All right, I'm gonna be really honest with you guys right now, and I completely value all of your input, but this car is going to honestly have more power than most of you, even me, can handle, which is a good thing, because you're gonna have tons of available power. You're gonna be able to get around anybody who cuts in front of you or is in your way while you're enjoying the vehicle. However, it's a lot of power. I mean, I recommend getting the all-wheel drive if you can, like I said, just get more of a grip on the road. But I mean, a twin turbo V6 in a car this light, I believe it's around 4,000 pounds, but I could be wrong. I haven't looked it up exactly. Just what I've been seeing about the vehicle is that it is a lighter vehicle. It's actually a shorter version of the Genesis platform. So just think about that for a second. So you have more power in a smaller platform, which I think works really well, but it may be too much power for some people. It may be just enough, or not. I don't think it'd be not enough for some people, but I think that it definitely gets the job done for sure in most cases. You have all of the standard safety features that all of the other automakers have now, with the radar detection, so you can detect the cars in front of you. You have lane keep assist, and so on, forward collision warning. But the big thing to kind of point out is the fact that this car is, yes, a four-door. Kind of feel like you're in a Maserati. You have the red leather with the red stitching on the steering wheel, which has a flat bottom, and it is sporty with the paddle shifters. You have the outside of this one, which looks like a chalk gray. It's called ceramic silver, but it's what looks like the chalk gray in the Audi and the higher end vehicles out there. Now that we have driven the beautiful Kia Stinger 2019, I want to go over a few things that I love and, let's say, dislove about the vehicle. I love the wheels. Love that you have the Michelin tires. The Brembo brakes are putting quality products and features in the vehicle. If it's not Kia, it's going to be something quality, like the speaker system, the brakes, the wheels. And then I love the darker chrome mirror right there, and the functional air vents on the side, like little side blades right there. And then as we come up to the front of the vehicle, let's hope I don't trip and fall on this little hill here. I love that you have all of these LED headlights throughout the whole vehicle, and this color again is my personal favorite. If I were to buy this vehicle, which after shooting this video, gosh, I'm just like really considering doing that, but man, this gray, or ceramic silver I should call it technically for Kia, with the red leather, it's just a game changer. It's like a Maserati for 50 grand. A good Maserati, if I could say so myself. But over here again, you have the functional air vents in the front, on the side, front and back parking sensors, and you have Kia's specific tiger nose grille right there, along with the little radar glass piece right there. That's for all of your safety features that come standard on most of these vehicles now. And you see the little radar camera feature up there as well. Panoramic sunroof up top. Let's touch on what I don't like about the vehicle now. There's gonna be some things you don't like about every vehicle. There's not a lot I don't like about this vehicle, but there's a few things I really hate about it. So let's go over that. So it's an unbiased review, because I do mostly love this vehicle, but there are some things I just completely don't like at all, and I think they messed up on. So maybe next generation or next year they can kind of fix that. So I love that you have the tail lamp all the way, like that red piece all the way across with the LED lights back here. Love the badges. Again, people have said this on YouTube, so I'm not going to take credit for it, but that Stinger logo, that font looks like a Maserati logo, so it looks like a super ultra high-end vehicle. Most people hate that it has the Kia emblem on there. Kia had their other Korean high-end emblem that you could have got on the K900 and some of the other vehicles, but I like that it says Kia on there. That's the one thing people are gonna hate, is that it just says Kia. Like I said, if you cover that up, you really probably wouldn't even tell that this is a Kia. So again, I don't know if I hate or love it, but I'm kind of indifferent about that logo right there. And then this right here. So this little red piece right here, which is right next to the taillight, if they just got rid of that, because right there it just looks too much like a Kia Optima. So I think if they got rid of that, because it blends too much, it kind of works against the wheels and all the sportiness you have going on there. So Kia, just get rid of that stupid little red thing right there, and I think this car will look even better. That pretty much wraps up my review of the 2019 Kia Stinger GT1, in this case in ceramic silver with the beautiful red leather. If you guys like the vehicle, make sure you give me a thumbs up. It really does help the channel, helps the analytics, helps me put out more videos like this so I can get in front of more people. They can subscribe, and if you guys haven't, if it's your first time, subscribe as well, because again, that helps my analytics as well, and I can put out more videos and get more support from you guys and put out more quality videos. So thank you again for tuning in to this week's episode of Geared Towards Automotive. I'm Philip, and this is the 2019 Kia Stinger GT1.